Ooh, by the way, while we're shooting this, while we're recording this, I have a gun the whole time. Let everybody know I'm holding a Glock.
He is taking my Glock.
Yeah, I feel cool. I'm just gonna point it at him every like 5 minutes to keep him honest. Yeah, like I wish a motherfucker would. Let's just get it right into it. All right, bro. I didn't like.
You're stupid. I already know what you're gonna say. He's gonna say he didn't like the Loki finale.
It's not that I didn't like the finale. It's just more like
He didn't like He Who Remains.
yeah, I didn't like He Who Remains. I thought he was just like I'm like, am I watching a fucking Tyler the Creator video? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is not like. I understand what they wanted was like, ooh, like this big like bag like Badoom or whatever, you know.
Badoom.
Yeah. You know, a word. Isn't that an Indian word for evil?
Yeah, I totally am a expert on the Indian language.
What? You go to 7-Eleven a lot.
No comment. Nice one to go me. I do go to 7-Eleven a lot, but I haven't picked up on the language yet.
I pointed the gun at him. No, but like I just saw the thing and I was like, I saw like his outfit or whatever, and I was like, he just looks like he's a fucking like Burning Man, you know? Like I was just like, I don't know. To me, the show was pretty much perfect, and what the thing that really stood out to me throughout the whole show was the production design. Like the TVA is fucking like the whole like the way like Miss Minutes is designed.
Yeah, because
like,
it's like a combination like that old like 50s futurism stuff. Yeah, like what they thought the future would look like in the 40s and stuff.
And listen, if you didn't figure it out by now, spoilers. But yeah, like when he came like out, I was just like I was already skeptical of the casting. What's the dude's name? Do you remember? He looks like
I'm really forgetting now.
He looks like he has like a first name,
Major,
last name that ends with an S. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know. I just know it's a guy from Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, and from Last Black Man in San Francisco. And he's also he's the son of I forget who in The Five Bloods. Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors. Yeah, I was always skeptical of it because I don't know what kind of characters he plays in Lovecraft County, but in Last Black Man in San Francisco, he plays an autistic gay man who writes a fucking play. And he's just very like soft and just like super like reserved.
Well, in Lovecraft Country, his role's darker. He's like a war vet with PTSD, and you know he's like a grimmer character because it's like a horror series.
Yeah, I guess maybe if I had seen that, I would have a little bit more faith.
Because I liked him because I haven't seen him in anything except for Lovecraft Country, and I really liked him based off of that casting.
Okay, so I guess I'll trust you on that he can do the. Because also, I mean, it's not really on him. Like the reason why I was skeptical is because again of what I'd seen him in, and The Five Bloods is the same thing where he's just kind of like. Have you seen The Five Bloods?
No, I haven't seen it. It's The Five Bloods.
Sorry.
It's cultural erasure to not...
to say THE.
Yeah, it's
The
a
Five Bloods. No, The Five Bloods, yo.
That's cultural appropriation.
I'm adding on to it.
Yeah. And
well,
that's,
anyways, in that he plays again like another like not like soft, but just like he's like your way into the story. Like it's all like it's 5 like Vietnam vets. And he's like the son just trying to make sure like his father is safe. But then like when shit starts getting like, you know, like action movie he's the one that's like, what the fuck, you know? So again, I was like, I didn't see him as that type of character. But again, it didn't matter because the way he wrote him and the way they directed him, you know, like he was meant to be, I don't know, he just reminded me too much of the Mandarin. You know, like in Iron Man 3 where it's like, yeah, I get it that this is unexpected, but I don't like it.
I thought it was unexpected, but not in a bad way because I keep saying... That's not... People are mad because everyone isn't mad. Some people are mad. And people are mad because they think that that's what Kang is going to be like.
Yeah.
The whole point of the show is that all the variants act different from each other. Kang, when he shows up, is not going to act like this guy. It's going to be a different character played by the same actor. They're not going to have the same backstories. Just like Sylvie doesn't act like Loki, yeah. Kang is not going to act like this guy.
But the crocodile doesn't act like Tom Hiddleston. Yeah, but I guess since I was expecting to see Kang, you know, that's why I was like,
because Kang is a brutal character in the comics.
Yeah,
he is
exactly
a merciless like ruler.
Yeah, he's a fucking...
Yeah, he's a time-traveling warlord.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they make a pretty, like... I love that. I was like, oh, like, we're just going to put, like, 2 minutes of exposition on this dude's desk I'm like, I'm like, the show's been pretty creative so far. You could have thought of a better way to like explain, you know, what like what's happening with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. I didn't like it. I thought it was like a bit anticlimactic for what the show was like. I don't know. Like I really expected like something a little bit I don't know, just something else, you know, because when they start fighting, when Loki and Sylvie start fighting, I was like, that's good. And then when he goes back to TVA and he finds out that he's like in another reality.
Yeah, he's in Kang's reality now.
Yeah, he's in another universe, and I'm like, oh shit! Like I love that part of Owen Wilson be like, you're an analyst, right? So like,
yeah.
so you chill the fuck out. I'm your boss, and
I like because I like that it tricks you
shit.
for a second because you think it's just him because he's like, all right, calm down. You think he's
Yeah.
talking to him, and then he's like, so who are you? I was like, oh no. I was like, he's somewhere else, and then he looks over and you see the
Yeah.
giant statue of Kang.
Dude, I thought that shit was great because I was like, you start thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, this having like a multiverse doesn't seem like he's like, yeah, like he's thinking about free will, but then you realize like if this is what it results in, and you get stuck in another reality, like that's basically being like in hell almost,
yeah,
you know, because like it's like shit, like everything's the same, but nobody knows
yeah,
me, like nobody knows who I am. They
Yeah,
know a version of me.
you just have to wonder how different it is. Yeah, because it looks like this is in this reality, Kang openly runs the TVA there because there's a big statue of him in the middle of the
exactly.
thing. Yeah, so I'm curious how it'll be different. Apparently, those what if shows they're doing are gonna have more branch effects on the like multiverse stuff. Like
That shit looks pretty dope. To
it
be
does
honest.
look cool, huh?
I'm down as fuck for Marvel Zombies.
Yep,
Hell yeah, and I really hope they do the Punisher kills the Marvel Universe.
that would be crazy.
That was sick as fuck.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. And then, yeah, and after time, I think I said this when they did time travel, but this is the final, I think, piece of collecting all the elements of comic books because we have the sci-fi stuff, the superhero stuff, the like history, like the Wakanda like older Earth history. We have space stuff, and now there's the multiverse, and then there's magic. So they have everything now. I think this is the last piece of making it like the comics.
Yeah, because they can't really get bigger. Like I was actually thinking about this. I was like, what if they? I mean, I don't know. I guess like they're just gonna, you know, like killing Kong is gonna be like, you know, the ultimate end goal of the new like Avengers movies.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be the new villain.
Yeah, but I was thinking about how I was like, I really hope they do the Illuminati shit, you know, where like the universe starts colliding into each other.
Yeah, so like
and they have to like basically take out every universe.
Yeah, or that you're talking about the group that they form to that each one has an Infinity Stone?
Yeah, which is it's Doctor
Doctor
Strange, Reed Richards,
Professor X,
Iron Man,
Black Bolt, and
yeah,
Namor.
yeah, all white.
Black Panther's on it.
I thought you said Black Bolt.
No, I don't think Black Hulk is a character.
No.
Oh, Black Bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold up. Cause I know
Black Panther should be in it, right? I think he's.
I'm
in
pretty sure. Yeah. So
Yeah.
hold up. It's Mr. Fantastic.
He's usually part of those
Black
of that
Bolt.
type of shit.
Black
me look-
Panther, Professor X. I don't know. I think the roster has changed. I mean, they're the ones that decided to blast the Hulk into space.
No, he's not a part of it.
Who is it? Black Panther?
No, it's Black Bolt.
But I could have sworn there was a version of him that was in it. A version of the team that had him.
Wait, no, never mind. Then it shows that. Yeah, here's another version that has Black Bolt, Captain America, and Black Panther.
Yeah, there's been different versions of the team. I understand that much.
Do they have an Illuminati for every universe? I thought that was just a 616 thing.
Yeah, that I only know it in the main version.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking about that they're going to do, like, or at least that's, like, what I would feel is, like, the end goal, you know, to, no, but I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, like, because I really wanted them to do the Skrull invasion, but I guess they're just going to, like, shit that out in one movie.
It's going to be a show.
Oh, it's a show?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of wish it was an entire phase because that shit's so cool. Like, I was kind of hoping that they would do, like, half the movies, and then you realize, like, holy fuck, like, none of these people are, like,
I'm
the
curious.
superheroes.
Yeah, I'm really curious what they're going to do because, I mean, they have yet to fully miss that badly. They have yet to condense. Well, okay, let me. I don't know, because Civil War should have I like the Civil War movie
No, I was
a
gonna
lot.
say if they can pull it off like they did in that one movie, then
Yeah,
I'm fine.
because I like
Yeah.
Civil War a lot, like the movie. But
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really the comic is insane. It's like everybody, and they just didn't have enough to do it yet. 'Cause
It's
they
just
didn't have.
too. I would. That would. I
They
would
didn't
feel
have
like
the
it's too
X-Men and
much.
Fantastic Four yet.
Yeah.
It would have had to be. It would have had to been a story that starts in one movie and then ended in another movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
The
it
same
should have
thing
had
with the
started like an X-Men movie, then ended in a Captain America movie.
Yeah, because I guess like by this point I am kind of tripping on like listen, there's almost like 60 years of like comic book history, right?
Yeah.
But let's face it, most of it is shit. So like I'm more tripping on the fact that they might be running out of like the good arcs, you know, like the really like interesting arcs, because there's like I don't know, like now what are they gonna do later, like symbiote war and shit like that? I'm like, I guess that's all right, but like
well, they still have Secret Wars, which is the
Yeah.
one where they go to the different planet. They can do a recent one was Original Sin. I don't know if you remember that one.
I don't think. Oh, when
someone
trying to find out who kills the
The
Watcher.
Watchmen. Yeah, it's the murder mystery, and that
Yeah.
one was sick because that one of my favorite team ups. It was Doctor Strange and Punisher, and they're solving the murder together.
Yeah.
That was a cool one.
And
It just ended badly. It had a bad
Dark
ending.
Avengers with fucking what is it? It's Norman Osborn as fucking Iron Man.
Yeah.
And Matt Gargan as Spider-Man.
Yeah, well,
he has a
he's
symbiote.
Yeah, it's yeah. I like that team a lot.
I'm kind of hoping that they make.
It looks like they're setting it up. Is the thing.
Yeah, like that's what I'm. Because
John Walker's gonna be Dark Avengers Captain America. If they're gonna do that.
I thought it was Bullseye.
Well, I mean,
Oh no, he was Daredevil, right?
yeah.
Yeah, right. He was Daredevil in that.
I'm just saying, like in obviously all the characters aren't gonna be the same. You know.
Yeah.
Uh.
But they have enough of a cast now where they could pull it off.
Yeah. Because they got Abomination for Hulk.
Yeah,
You can do John Walker. They. It looks like.
Nah, but
I don't want to say. Have you seen Black Widow yet? I'm
No,
assuming
dude. I wanted to watch it, and then they're like, "Oh, pay $30 to watch it Disney Plus." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself! I'm not paying this shit." Fuck you,
HBO Max
Disney.
the GOAT. They give all their movies out opening day for free.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Disney's like $30.
Dude, Disney are such fucking greedy cunts. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Dude, Suicide Squad opening day free on HBO Max. Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, all their big blockbusters this year at midnight on release for free.
Justice League, the masterpiece Justice League.
Justice League. It leaked on YouTube 2 days early. No one watched it off of there, I promise.
Yeah, dude. Well, listen, enough of that gay nerd shit. We watched Conor McGregor break his fucking leg.
I was telling everybody before that fight, I was like, Conor McGregor doesn't make himself look like an idiot. And I have DMs of me saying this to people. And it was like, no, he's going to kick his ass.
No, listen.
And then he broke his leg. I was like, he's not going to beat Poirier.
Casual fans are the best. Like, now that I'm like become like an official like gay for UFC, it's funny to see like dude, I had this argument with somebody online where like cuz you see like Floyd is taking like a victory lap, and I'm like, listen, of course that in boxing, you know, like yeah, he won, but I'm like, why? I'm like, out of all the people that Floyd Mayweather has fought, the only one that you can objectively say could beat the shit out of him, it's Conor McGregor. Because Floyd, like, what is he going to do? Like, is he going to fucking, like, defend the takedown? Dude, the motherfucker, like, even with a broken leg, he kicks him with the other leg. And he's fucking done. You know what I mean? Like what Conor said. Like, I remember, like, I forget what, like, Floyd was talking shit, and Conor was like, remember the rule said was what kept you alive. And I was like, yeah, like, that's the truth. And, like, I was arguing with this dude who was saying, like, you don't know how much Floyd has trained jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, who's this fucking retard? And so, like, he was saying, like, you don't know, like, how good his ground game is. He could totally beat McGregor in an MMA fight.
He has no ground game.
What the fuck are
He's
you
a boxer.
Exactly. He doesn't even have legs. What the fuck kind of, like, I just, like, when he fights, all these people, like, come out of the woodwork and they're just saying shit, like my cousins will ask me, or like people, like friends are like, oh, who is he fighting? I'm like, you don't know who it is. Why are you asking me? You just know this one guy. He's not fighting Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Or Anderson Silva, which are the only two
people
fighters
always
you know.
That's what, because I was saying with this McGregor thing, people just think McGregor's gonna win because he's the only name they know.
Yeah.
It's like he's not the best fighter in the UFC. Just because he's the most famous one does not mean he's the best one. Like, I know people. It's like I know people who think that like the best movies of all time are the ones that make the most money.
Right.
And I'm like, so do you think that Transformers is one of the best movies of all time? And they're like, no. I'm like, that movie. It's like the same thing. McGregor making the most money, being the most famous one, doesn't make him the.
This isn't like an election.
Yeah.
Where the most famous person wins.
Yeah.
This is not like the precedence. This is an actual meritocracy where you need to actually fucking earn your way. But anyways, dude, I was so bummed. I had a 5-fight parlay, and I missed every single fight. I fucked up every single fight. Yeah, because I was just trying to like, because I was putting money on like underdogs that I thought were like live dogs, including McGregor. Because I was like, I mean, he could like, you know.
Bro, you bet on McGregor.
No, because listen, those like his odds were good. Like when you have a fool that can kind of knock out everybody, it's always good to bet on him, you know, because like he does have that one shot. And yeah, anyways, I ended up losing every bet. I'm like that was my debut, and like I'm out. It's like I fucking fucked up every single bet. And not only that, but I think I cursed every goddamn fighter, because the first one I bet on got knocked the fuck out. The second one got knocked the fuck out. The third one got knocked the fuck out. The fourth one got dominated, and then McGregor broke his fucking leg. I lost 3 bets by knockout in a row, and then the fourth one was the Thompson fight was just like the other fool dominated him, and then McGregor broke his fucking leg. I'm like, it's over. Like I was like, dude, somebody should have seen my bets, or like, let's do the opposite, and just put $100 million on it.
Can you do that again? I'll bet opposite everything you do.
Dude, my cousin, he put the bet in for me, because you have to use like some app that you can only use back home, you know? Like I couldn't use it while I was in California. And you can't bet in California either, which is fucking gay.
Wait, you can't bet on what?
On the fights.
Oh, on fights, because
you can't bet on anything. Gambling is illegal here.
No, because a couple weeks ago I was with some people from my work, some of the managers and some stuff.
Yeah.
And just, you know, I've never done anything before. We were betting on horse races. I made like $40.
Oh, I think that's the only thing that's like illegal. Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was fun though. I'm not gonna lie. That one kind of got me into it, and then I was like,
it is fun when you win.
Yeah.
Get that rush.
There was one that I was like, whatever. I had like $20 left. I'm gonna put half of it on this one for first place and put half on this other one for second place, and I got them reversed, bro. So I lost everything. So I would have made so much money if they had, you know, come in. And they were neck and neck the whole thing. So that is the torture of betting on things.
Dude, I've always...
At least I didn't curse anybody.
You know what I think? I think I'm cursed with knowledge of MMA. I think if I knew nothing about it, I would have won more money. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, it's because I'm looking at the fights. I'm like, no, this dude could do this or whatever. And I was like, dang, you good money. I would fucking win, like, every time. But instead of trying to act like a fucking expert, you know, I'd be like, well, if you use jiu-jitsu, neutralizes instead of... You know, it's just
like Pokemon with like the water overrides the light.
Yeah, but instead of the muscles, I would fucking win a bunch of money.
Yeah, that's what you need to do next time. The muscles.
I gotta say this though. Okay, did you see everything that he said? Like once he got like,
I saw him say, "Your wife's in me DMs."
Yeah. Did you?
Buy Lucky Charms.
Did you watch the entire?
No.
Well.
Say no. I was
okay.
At work.
So after like. So Dustin's getting interviewed, right? Mm-hmm. And Conor's just yelling. I love that he was yelling like, "Doctor Stoppage, Doctor Stoppage," and I'm like, that's a real competitor right there. His fool's leg is fucking bent the other way around, and he's like, "That wasn't a KO. That was a Doctor Stoppage." I'm like, if Poirier had broken his leg, you would have taken that win. Don't fucking lie. I understand.
Anyone would.
Exactly.
If you get handed a win in these things, everyone's gonna take it because it translates to money.
Yeah,
money
yeah.
If you win.
Exactly, and
it's on your record.
Exactly. And he kept yelling at him, and he was like, "You and your missus," and then he did like a gun sign to his head, like, "You're dead."
He did the baby thing.
Yeah, in your sleep, you're getting it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Conor.
Dude's
and then
insane.
He's like, "Your wife's a little hoe." I was like, Jesus, dude. Like, I don't know. I saw like, cause my feed is all like MMA shit and like basically, I think it's basically all MMA, and people were like, "Oh, that shit's disgusting. Like, that's not a good look for the sport." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is, but like, why are we putting pressure on athletes to be like good people?" Like, I never understood that. Like,
yeah, Why are we putting pressure on anyone famous? We put
Yeah.
pressure on famous people to be good people because we say they're role models for society, when they really shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop treating these people
Like
like role models.
no, like they can be, but you shouldn't have that
Yeah,
expectation.
they shouldn't have to be.
Poirier is a role model. He has a fucking foundation. He's a sick ass fighter. You know, like you can follow him both ways. McGregor
Is
he
a
can-
degenerate who likes to beat people up,
yeah, exactly. Like, and you
including old men in
can,
bars.
and he can be a role model when it comes to promoting yourself, when it comes to fighting as well, when it
Yeah.
comes to knowing your worth as like a fighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, like obviously, like then as an actual human being or like as a person outside the octagon, then yeah, you could just say no. Like yeah, dude. Like also like these aren't like they're not phonies like the NBA or like the NFL, you know, where they're like kneel for the flag one day and then kneel on their wife's neck the other day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I haven't seen UFC people that grandstand and pretend to be good people.
Of course,
A lot of them are outwardly. I really like Trump.
Dude.
Like they don't pretend to be stuff they're not.
Dude, Poirier has a fucking foundation where he like help kids in like in Louisiana. What he's doing is 1,000,000 times more helpful and actual like good deeds than kneeling for the flag or whatever kind of protest or
Anything
wearing
LeBron
fucking
James has
Breonna
done.
Taylor's name on your jersey. You know, like that's and I'm not listen. I'm sure that some of those players have actual maybe they do good shit. You know, maybe it's like LeBron where on one side you help kids in Ohio, on the other side you're a Xi Jinping fucking dick sucker. You know, the duality of man.
The duality of LeBron. That dude is
Yeah.
Two-Face. He's the Harvey Dent of sports.
But anyways, I'm like that's what I love about like MMA is like they're all allowed to be individuals. Dude,
Yeah.
can you imagine how the NBA players look at the motherfucker that's like, hey yo, why aren't you wearing the BLM jersey? Well, you know, it's because like and then there's just like 3 7-foot tall black guys. Look at you, yo. What name you gonna put on the back of your jersey? And he's like, how about I put Derek Chauvin? What? That'd be hilarious. If you had like everybody had the BLM slogans, and then the one white player has back the blue fucking jersey. I don't know, dude. I mean, I
think you mean KK back the KKK.
back the
sir.
That's just no pretense, no faking, just
Just,
whatever.
I love racism.
Yeah, let's just listen. Don't get me wrong. I think whites are better.
Yeah.
Okay. And he gets dunked on the whole game.
Okay. And then just
Okay.
duck off.
Not a basketball though. No, dude, but I think I don't know. Like I don't think his career is over, but I think his time as a championship fighter.
McGregor?
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, no, this is what I told him because people kept saying like, oh, it was like McGregor has not done anything impressive since fighting Mayweather except for like the Diaz fight.
Yeah, and like
That was it. Anything else since he fought Mayweather other than that?
no, because he got the 2 belts, and then because when he beat Cowboy, I was like, listen, again, the casuals were all going crazy, but like I was like, dude, Cowboy was on a 3-fight losing skid, all by knockout.
Yeah.
Like that was like a layup.
He was suffering from brain trauma
exactly,
in the ring.
and he had,
in the
and I think he
octagon.
had literally been like finished by Tony Ferguson like fucking like 2 months ago. So I'm like, this dude's like not like they're setting him up to be raped by McGregor, which was basically what happened. And that was hilarious. 'Cause
Well, that's what they want because when McGregor's winning it, the UFC's going crazy.
yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens next. I like that he's just going like full Darth Vader because the dude's charismatic. Like I don't care what anybody says. Like yeah, like he says some wild evil shit. He acts like a fucking like you know what he reminds me a lot. He reminds me a lot of like wannabe gangsters back home. Where it's like you're not a gangster. Why are you threatening to kill people?
Yeah.
You know. And he even dresses like he dresses like insane Euro trash. Like it's the trashiest suits. Like it's just too flashy. Like he looks like a
Yeah.
fucking character from a Guy Ritchie movie, and that's exactly how he acts too.
He does, bro.
Your
Yeah,
missus,
looks like he
you're
belongs
getting
in The
it.
Gentleman.
Yeah,
You're wearing Colin Farrell's tracksuit pants with The Gentleman too.
dude, I bought this tracksuit online, and the jacket looks like absolute garbage.
Bruh.
Like, because I thought it was gonna be like, I realized that it's literally like they have white pants, and then they just printed the pattern on it, and
Oh.
instead of actually being like, I don't know, of good quality.
Yeah.
No, but Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope he comes back. I hope he. I don't know. I think it's exciting.
Well,
when
he
he's
says
fighting.
he's coming back, but I'm like, dude,
It's gonna be a while, dude. He broke two bones in his foot, dude.
it's
Like that's
so
wild.
I can't stop thinking about that. That's almost as bad as what's the one clip where he kicks him
Oh,
and just shatters his shin in half,
there's
and he
two of them
stumbles
now.
back on it.
There's two of them now. First it was Silva
Yeah.
fighting White Man, and then it was White Man fighting somebody else.
Oh man.
Yeah, that shit, dude. This is what I was tripping on. The last four pay-per-views have all had somebody getting their bone broken. Because first it was White Man, then I was there. I think I was there for the other one. It was this dude named Jacare. He had his arm broken, like in a fucking submission, like literally, like the bone like next to your like bicep, that large bone. That shit got broken in half.
Oh man.
Then this other fool got his bone dislocated again in a submission. And now McGregor got fucking bamboozled by a god.
I couldn't shatter my bones like that.
Yeah,
frequently.
Dude. I love that. That's what I love though. He was still like yelling shit.
Yeah, you're like, oh, your wife's sending me DMs.
Yeah, your wife's a little home. Like, Jesus. And then he said like he posted a picture of Dustin and his daughter on Twitter, and then he wrote Gunzo. Like, Jesus Christ, this fool's going crazy. I'm like, they must have given some sick ass Percocet for the pain or whatever. This was just fucking delirious. They gave him the same drugs they gave fucking Roseanne. Started calling black people monkeys. She's like, oh, he's like racist, but that's my thing. Like, it's not my thing. But killing people, hell yeah.
I hate that Jake Paul was trying to ride off of that. It's like he's becoming Tekashi.
Yeah.
We just got rid of Tekashi,
Yeah.
and now we have this guy. No one likes him, but he says such outrageous stuff that news sites know if they report on it, people will share it and then get traction.
Listen, the dude can fight, but like by this point, I'm like, if you can actually fight, then why are you picking on dudes that are like 30, 40 pounds below you? Like McGregor fights at 155, and Jake Paul
Nate
fights
Diaz
at
fight at 155 too?
He used to fight at 155, and now he's fighting at 170. But he's clearly like a smaller like 170. You know what I mean? He just doesn't want to cut as much weight.
Yeah.
And then Jake Paul is like, even then, bro, so Jake Paul picked a fight with Woodley, right? Woodley again fights at 170. Jake Paul's fighting at 190. I was like, this fool's a bitch. Like,
yeah.
If you like, because at first it was like, if I'm such a bitch, then you should be able to beat me up. He's past that now. Now he's proven that he can, like, he has like some power, that he can actually box, right? Or at least box at like at an above average level, I guess.
Who has he fought and beaten recently? Askren.
Yeah.
And nothing since Askren?
If he beats Woodley, he has to stop calling out dudes that are smaller than him. He just has to. Unless he's willing to cut the weight, which again, like, Jake Paul's not getting to 155, right? He's 6 foot tall. Like, he's not going to make 155. And he's not like skinny as fuck like Nate Diaz. Yeah. So it's just like, you just have to stop calling out like these small motherfuckers. Like, dude, like, you have to fight fools that are like Anderson Silva size. I'm like, that's how you know this fool's a bitch.
Yeah, because he calls out people who are smaller than him, and
who don't box.
Yeah, it's always loopholes. He always has excuses because they're like, why don't you fight these guys in the octagon? So the friend's like, oh, fight him in the octagon. You know, that's what they know. Blah, blah. And it's like, well, why don't you fight an actual boxer? Then it's like, oh, fight someone who knows how to box and been boxing. I'm like, then shut up, dude. Like, shut up. Like, oh, I can take people out of the element and fight them in something I've been training in for years with the best trainers, dumping all my money into it. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like, he's been calling out Canelo to him. Like, no, don't call out Canelo. Canelo will kill you.
Call out Canelo, please.
I don't know. I think
call out me and Miguel at the same time.
Yeah, I'm down for that, dude. Woodley's like our height too. Like, he might be like 5'8". You know what I mean? I'm like,
let's call out Woodley.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this fool's a bitch. Like, yeah, like Woodley's like fucking like ripped as fuck, and he's like a wide, you know, he's a muscular dude. But I'm like if you're not a man, like, this is like trying to be a fighter and just picking on dudes that are like 2 weight classes below you. Like, you're fucking gay. Bro.
Yeah, who gained a reputation by fighting people in 2 weight classes below them? What real fighters have done that? None.
No, not really. Maybe when they caught a lot of weight, but a lot of fighters do that. That's not, that's not anything new.
Yeah, but none like go out of there like, oh, I'm only gonna fight people out of my weight classes and smack them around.
A bitch. He's just trying to and the one thing that is being smart is that he recognizes that fighters um this dude that I follow on YouTube, his name is Luke Thomas, and he does like all MMA news, and he explained this thing that I never thought about, where he said like there's a difference between like living by your dignity and living by your honor. And he said that most people live by their dignity in the sense of like, no matter what you say about me or whatever, like I retain like my value as a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're living as like your honor, you're like, that means that like whatever other persons do has an effect on your value as a person. So you have to get that back by getting back at them. So he recognizes that a lot of fighters are like that, you know, where like they're thinking with their ego.
Mm-hmm.
So all he has to do is be like, hey, Woodley, you're gay. And he's like, what the fuck you say to me? You know what I mean? And he's like, I'll fucking kill you. And now he's like fighting him on Showtime Boxing. So it's like that. Like it's easy to rile people up, basically, especially fighters.
Yeah, so it's fighters.
Yeah, like
people,
it's exactly.
that's what they do.
Yep. I don't know. Well, hopefully Woodley will KO him and he'll get his bullet. He'll get his own
Hopefully
street.
Woodley
right
will accidentally kill him.
I hope so, and I hope he gets a street right next to Martin Luther King Boulevard. And
Jake Paul Street.
No.
Oh, Woodley
Woodley,
Street?
yeah,
Oh.
Woodley Boulevard, and it's just like a fucking statue of him raping
Jake
David
Paul's
Duke.
corpse.
Yeah, and but they just put it like a Confederate flag on Jake Paul's back, and Woodley's just like raping him.
I like this. We should talk to Woodley about it.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think about a statue of you fucking the white man?
With a Confederate flag.
Yeah,
on
and
his
you getting
back.
your own boulevard right next to MLK.
Oh.
Because if he beats Jake Paul, that's the same thing as getting civil rights. It's on that same magnitude of racial warfare.
Except beating Jake Paul helps every race, because I don't know anyone who likes Jake Paul. Anyone I know on Earth wants Jake Paul to die.
Dude, I saw this video that like, you know who Addison Rae is?
Isn't she like some TikTok thought woman?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's like, oh, she's so beautiful. I'm like, there's like 10 bitches that look exactly like that at any cafe in Hollywood. But I saw this video of her like going up to Trump. She was like, oh my God, I had to come and say hi. I just had to come and like say hi. And like you could hear her voice. I'm like -10 IQ. You know, like sometimes
To
you
Trump?
Yeah, she was talking to Trump, and I'm like, sometimes you can hear people and you can be like, these are all the words that she knows.
They have the IQ of a sock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
of
tell.
a cum sock.
Some TikTok person wanted to go up and say hi to Trump. Have they been canceled yet?
No, I think that's what the controversy was, because she's like, you know, she lives here. She probably like parades as some sort of like pseudo liberal or whatever.
Yeah, she probably isn't actually.
Exactly. Actually, let's look her shit up. Let's see if she has a black square
Or just be
on
all
her
in her
feed.
bio.
Exactly. Let's Addison. I promise not to start jacking off in the middle of the podcast.
Yep, and I will have to take the gun at that point.
No,
you cannot
jack
have
up
your,
with
your
the
dick
gun.
in one hand and the gun in the other. That is how Marvin got shot in Pulp Fiction. At least in the version I saw.
Let's see. She's pretty again, but I feel like every girl looks like this now. At
They're
least
just cloning
here
her.
in LA, right? Like every bitch looks like this. Right?
Yeah.
Like exactly.
No BLM in bio?
No, maybe
No
she's
black
not
squares?
Maybe she's not a hypocrite. That's I mean, again, that would be another thing. Like to defend this woman, it's like, why does she have to be a liberal? You know, like why are you assuming that she has to be like one political? Yeah, she went to say hi to Trump. I would do the same thing, bro. And this fool basically said, "Fuck Mexicans. I hope they all get AIDS," and I wouldn't give a shit because I love The Apprentice.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be like, let's tell the same thing. You're like, what's up, Trump?
Trump,
¿Qué
I love you.
pasa?
Apprentice is when you bring back Apprentice. Do you think he could bring back Apprentice?
I mean, I wish. I hope maybe on NRA TV or something like that.
NRA
Yeah, like some cool channel. Maybe on Breitbart. YouTube channel.
Ben Shapiro's new channel he
Yeah,
opens up. After all his movies end up being a huge hit.
I really hope so, because I think he's not going to be afraid of producing anything.
Can we watch? We have to watch his school shooting one.
Red, we have to watch that movie.
I heard it's only on his website though, his Daily Wire website.
I heard it didn't get good reviews though.
Yeah, but was it going to?
I guess not. I guess you're right. I guess even if it was like a great movie, everybody would have been like, this movie's trying to say the guns are cool. I'm like, every movie says the guns are cool.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
John Wick is literally guns, murder, cars, suits, white man.
Django Unchained is saying that guns are cool, and he's just shooting a bunch of crackers in that one. All right, so shut up. Movies are not reality.
Yeah.
They're movies. Guns are cool, and people have sex with no condom all the time. Maybe that's closer to reality.
I haven't
than
seen a lot of movies where someone's put on a condom.
No, they literally never do.
Never see. I mean, maybe in a comedy or something. You know, they'll make a joke out of
like
it.
Knocked Up.
Yeah,
Like,
I've never seen like James Bond has never pushed someone onto the bed and then reached for the Trojans.
Yeah, at your Majesty's cock service.
Yeah, never seen that before. It's not.
I
cool.
wish I did.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I don't know. Do you know what's going on in Cuba? Are you informed at all?
Do I look like the type of person that cares about what's going on in damn Cuba?
No, because apparently they're having like these protests, and I'm stuck in between like BLM put up this thing of like basically blaming the U.S. government.
Here's the thing:
I
can't get involved in it because no one will ever be honest about any. That's the thing,
right?
No one can be honest on either side. So this is my issue with politics. No one can be honest about anything. Any fact I see, I can show that to someone on the other side, and they'll just tell me, "Oh, actually, it's a lie. This is what's real." Everyone's facts is a lie. Apparently, it's all secretly a lie.
If I put even the slightest effort to find out, I'm sure I could find I know a few people online that I trust to be like unbiased, or like at least like will show what's there. But
I trust in people to be unbiased, but the facts they give me, someone else will not accept it as a fact. And since I can't go over there and fix Cuba, I just can't take it upon myself to spread facts that half of the population is going to say are a lie and half of the population is going to say are true. That's my issue. I have the gist of it. I can give you the gist. Cuba is a socialist country.
Well,
you have to wait in
communist.
line.
There is a difference.
Communist country. You have to wait in line for 30 million years to get a loaf of bread, and then the Cuban government will shoot you in the face if you complain in the line. Something like that. So
you nailed it.
As always, and I remember this is always happening. There's always protests there. There were protests there a year ago. There were protests there 2 years ago, and right now people are talking about the protests. I think is an election coming up or something like that. Yeah. But either way, I've seen all these people like, oh, there's a government oppression in Cuba, blah blah blah. And then there is, from what I've seen, because they're protesting the government. The government's cracking down on them. They're spraying them with hoses and stuff like they did to black people in the 20s or the 40s or the 60s here.
The whole time, actually.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna deny the history. Sorry, that's the whole thing.
I was gonna say the 20s, the 40s, and the 60s.
So, yeah, all those.
The whole time, yeah.
So they're doing that stuff there, but at the same time, I've seen people who are like, "This is all just the U.S. government is staging these." Like they're like,
"No, I don't believe that."
They're not staging. Like this is a U.S. government thing that they always do.
Propaganda, like that's all they're showing. Listen.
Well, no, they're saying that they're like the U.S. government always does this, where they intervene in other countries by riling up protests, so that way they can back a new leader that gets pushed in. Like,
I don't listen. The U.S. intervention in Central America or literally any other country, I don't think anybody's denying like that. Like that's pretty obvious that that's modus operandi for basically any big government, right?
That's what I was going to say. Like, what country, what massive country doesn't?
Yeah, Russia did the same thing with Ukraine, and China's doing the same thing with Taiwan.
I'm sure the UK is doing it, but we don't care about them because they're not people.
Yeah, exactly, and they're all gay.
Yeah.
We have to talk
about football after.
No, like that's not the point. Like the point of the fucking thing, or at least like what was tripping me out is, again, I saw that, and these like anti-woke like pages that I follow were all like, nah, like this is like BLM and like other like super leftist like organizations are trying to make this to seem as like if this is the U.S.'s fault, right?
Yeah.
And then you see this other things, and they're like, nah, like this is like communism, and I'm seeing this from actual like Cubans.
Yeah.
Like Yoel Romero, like it was a UFC fighter. He's an actual Cuban from Cuba. So he probably knows what's up better than some dumb bitch here who thinks being a communist is a fucking trend.
Yeah.
And like I just thought it was like, I still feel like I'm not really getting a non-biased like take on it. If history is repeating itself, communism kind of always takes an L. Kind of never fucking worked. Like ever. Like it's always ended up in some sort of revolt,
Yeah.
And the only way to fix it is by either less authoritarianism or more authoritarianism. You have the thing here. You have like, because think of like the two communist countries,
China
and Russia, right? How did they get rid of communism? By fucking
Everyone's rights.
no, by basically like killing everybody and then like installing like a new vacuum of power, but now you can like get a job. You know, like I'm that's best case scenario. That's how you end up. You know, I'm like, that fucking sucks. It's not like they ended up like the US at least, you know what I mean? Or like, I don't know, fucking England or Spain or some sort of country that has some sort of democracy. Like, they don't end up like that at all.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's a democracy in China and Russia.
right.
This is Xi Jinping and Putin. I don't think they're going anywhere.
So that's
while
how
they're
fucked
still
up that
alive.
shit is. Like, even
Yeah.
if you were to like defeat communism, I guess, like, you still end up with some bullshit.
Well, because it
It's a
just
fucking
leads,
cancer.
from what I can tell, and I would hate to not back socialism and communism, but from what I can tell, for it to work properly, the government needs to control everything. And for the government to control everything, that inevitably leads to, like...
It just needs the people to be like, I guess, in agreement with it. And I think, I mean,
everyone is never going to be in agreement with everything.
exactly, especially here, you know, because you see, like, I mean, like, there's socialist countries, you know, like Denmark and Finland and all that shit. But again, it's not communism. It's
Isn't
it's different.
Denmark the one where they're like, please stop saying that we're like an example of communism or like socialism or whatever? One of those countries, like the prime minister or whoever, he was like, please stop pointing to us.
They're just confusing high taxes and free healthcare with communism. And like, listen, I think most people kind of want that. Most people don't want Jeff Bezos in space.
Jeff Bezos in space.
Yeah, or you getting a heart attack and wishing wishing it had killed you because your bills are now insane. Like, I was like, getting rid of that is not. It's not becoming Russia. Like, can you calm down? Like, it's just like, I don't know. People are fucking crazy. I don't know. Like, you know what this reminds me of? It reminded me of when they kept saying like, yeah, don't be fucking fat or COVID will kill you. And I'm like, what more do you fat motherfuckers need to understand that being fat is unhealthy? You know, like all these body positivity people, I'm like, there's science right there, you fucking retards. Like, that applies to basically every disease, every condition in life. It gets worse if you're fat, except for what? Getting stabbed, maybe? Maybe the fat will save you then. Or getting shot.
I don't think that's a disease.
No, but I'm saying, like, that might be the only time where being fat might actually help you, right? If you're fucking fat and somebody shoots you in the stomach or stabs you, you know, the fat absorbs some of the blade.
Yeah.
But on the off chance that doesn't happen, maybe, you know, be healthy.
Be healthy.
Yeah, like, it's just like, all you fucking, like, it's the worst is when it's like some person that's like super like fit and attractive telling some fucking fat piece of shit,
you're okay,
you look great.
Listen, I think we've covered this before.
I'm sure
you don't have to be healthy. I'm not holding a gun at you and saying you have to be healthy. I'm not saying no one's ever gonna love you if you're not healthy.
Yeah, just admit
I'm
the
just
reality.
saying you don't have to lie to everybody that you're healthy, and
It's
you don't have
just
to
a
lie
lie,
to everybody that you are like a supermodel. Because like, I'm not in shape. I also don't think I'm, you know, at the peak of physical health and that I look like Chris Evans. I don't go around like
though,
I don't walk
when we get that Hollywood money, baby.
I don't walk around thinking like, why
look
do
like
people
Paul Rudd.
not understand that I am just as good looking as Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah.
I don't actually think that. You know,
know.
and I don't think I'm the pinnacle of health. This is the minute. Just accept reality.
You look like fuck, what's that fool's name? I forgot his goddamn. The dude for the John Connor from Terminator 2.
Edward Furlong?
Yeah, you look like Edward Furlong in American History X.
Bruh, because I
exactly
buzz my
what you
hair.
look like. Yeah. That's exactly what you look like.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you know what you should get?
What?
A swastika tattoo.
Well, I already have America on my back. Some people will conflate the two.
Get it on your hand.
Okay.
Yeah. And then on your fingers, it just says Nazi.
Oh, that's a
So in case people don't get it, like, what the fuck is this?
I
like, oh.
apostrophe M-A Nazi.
Yeah. Oh,
I got it.
So is that like some sort of like
And then
club?
swastikas on both hands.
Yeah. And
And
then
then
white pride on your chest.
And I just start bleaching my skin.
Yeah. No, I'm just a big fan of fettuccine alfredo. White pride. White sauce pride.
White sauce pride. I love the garlic Alfredo.
Yeah. Dude, I watch. Have you seen Heat?
Yes, we've talked about how it's
Oh.
the greatest, one of the greatest movies ever made.
It's. I mean, it's basically.
It's
What
a
do you call-
masterpiece.
If you were to take the subgenre of cops and robbers to its utmost potential, you
Yeah,
would end up with Heat. But anyways, I saw Michael Mann.
I love Michael Mann.
I think it's his first movie or his second movie, Thief.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, James Caan is a fucking national treasure.
I love that guy.
Dude, he's like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is fucking Buddy's
Buddy
father.
the Elf's dad.
Dude, he had like the movie's like, I don't know, it's kind of I started to realize this thing where like I think like older movies had a certain expectation of your attention span.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where like takes are like longer for honestly kind of no reason. You
Yeah.
know, where like, cause I noticed like a lot of the takes, it would be like the dude walking, right? And then he walks out of frame, and usually there's a cut there, you know? And then
They
he
just
walk out of
left it?
frame. Yeah, and he would stay for like a second extra and then cut. And I was like, it's kind of weird like how they you know, like they were just kind of like trying to like, I guess maybe like make the movie feel like slower or whatever, you know? I'm like, that would like, that'd be crazy to do today, to kind of just let like all these takes, like to see a dude like walk from one side of the room to the other for like no reason. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like I was like, damn, like were people really capable of that much attention back then? Like that's fucking crazy.
Maybe the editor was just,
Give a fuck.
yeah, he was like, I don't care.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
I want to see Manhunter. The
Oh,
OG,
Manhunter's sick.
the OG.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
Well,
basically.
it's actually okay. It's actually. Did you see Red Dragon?
yeah.
Same
Oh, it's
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Red Dragon's a remake of Manhunter.
I thought. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm down then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found this thing, dude. That I want to check out. I don't think I've ever like actually tried to watch like any like Criterion collection movies.
Is that new? Because I've only been started hearing about it in the last year.
No, dude, that shit's apparently been going on forever.
It just got really trendy recently, huh?
Yeah, and I saw this this thing that I don't know if they just released, but it was like a neo noir collection. I'm like, this I gotta fucking see because it has Brick in it, and I forget what other movie I knew on there, but it had like I think like 12 movies, and I'd only seen 2. Brick.
Better
and some
got
other
The
movie.
Departed in it.
No, it doesn't have The Departed.
That's like the greatest neo noir of all time.
I mean, I guess it's technically not a neo noir then, according to these.
I guess according to Criterion. When I went
these
to
fucking nerds.
when I was in taking my film classes, that was one of the neo noir. I had to my report I had to write. They gave us a list of movies we could write an essay on,
Yeah.
and the neo noir section was Departed, and they had comedy. So my choices that I came with, I was like, I'm either gonna do Departed or Tropic Thunder.
2 classics of equal level.
In terms of comedies,
No, it's a classic
Tropic
comedy,
Thunder
yeah.
is it is. Because what would I put in my classic comedies? I put Superbad, The Other Guys, Talladega Nights, Tropic Thunder.
Oh, Blood Simple. Have you seen that? It's the first Coen Brothers movie.
No.
That shit is sick as fuck. Yeah, I can see like they have a bunch of movies on here that I'm like this, like The Killing of a Chinese Bookie. I'm down. Sounds interesting.
Sounds like something will get canceled in 2021.
Oh, Chinatown. That was the other one that. Oh, that
I love
that's-
Chinatown.
Yeah, so it's
so much.
So that's Chinatown, Brick, and fucking Blood Simple, the only movies that I had seen on here. And they had this one that's called Cotton Comes to Harlem, and the picture is 2 black detectives. So I'm like, I'm down. Then it has one called Across 110th Street, which I'm pretty sure is a song. It has like Gene Hackman, and it has fucking like John Travolta in one of the thumbnails. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking down to see a neo-noir John Travolta movie.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, maybe I'll check that out.
Aren't those kind of expensive though? The Criterion Collection stuff.
I'm gonna sail the high seas, motherfucker. What the fuck? Or I'm gonna actually shit. Amoeba doesn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, no. Wait, it doesn't?
I don't. Well, actually, they moved it to Hollywood, right?
Yeah, it's been in Hollywood for a while
Oh,
now. I'll ask
shit.
my brother. That degenerate goes there.
Because
frequently.
that's where I used to go to Amoeba to buy movies because they would have like $3 DVDs.
Yeah, I got like the first 3 seasons of Community there randomly.
Yeah, like that's like because what I would do is I would go, and if I didn't find the movie on Netflix, then I would buy the movie, which was basically all the time.
Yeah, Netflix.
The entire time.
Netflix's movie selection, they've really become
Gay.
a site that I only use for their exclusives.
Yeah.
And then like Breaking Bad.
Which is kind of, dude.
Yeah, they're making. Did you hear they're starting to do video games?
For what?
Netflix.
They
They have
They're probably gonna do some mobile bullshit.
No, because they hired like legitimate like people. Like the reason
I have
this
no
news is
faith in
broken.
their quality.
I have no idea.
They're gonna shit themselves when they find out. First of all, how much fucking time it takes to make a video game and how fucking expensive it is.
I'm very curious to see what happens.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious too, but like I have no faith in them at all.
I don't know. I
Fucking
think it's hard
suck
to. I don't know. It's hard to judge if they haven't made a video game before.
Yeah, but like Amazon had all the money in the world, and what did they do? They took a shit in their own face, and that was it.
What do you mean?
They haven't done anything.
What
Or
do
they
you
try,
mean?
or they made like an MMO, and it was a piece of shit.
What game did Amazon make?
Let me find that.
If you're referencing Amazon making games, I have no idea.
Let me see. Amazon video game. Video subscription. No, that's not it, bitch. See, they made one called Crucible.
I've heard of that.
42% like this game. See? Gay.
So Amazon made a bad game.
And then New World. See, an upcoming MMO. MMOs are fucking gay, bro. I hate
MMOs are for people with no lives.
MMOs are for white supremacists. That's the only people that play those
so
games.
I have to start playing MMOs.
Yeah, so
then,
you get on that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's funny how they purge like subreddits, and shit like that. Yet Kyle Rittenhouse was playing WoW all the time. Maybe look into that.
Wait, didn't he shoot people or something? Oh, he's the one that at the protest thing.
He's the one that played it perfectly. He was like, I'm just gonna walk around with my gun, intimidating everybody, and then when they attack me, self-defense, motherfuckers. And I'm like, yeah, like technically, but you know what you're doing, you son of a bitch. You're not trying to protect shit, you fucking lying piece of shit.
A pedophile got shot. I'm okay.
No, listen. I mean, the people that attacked him, like, you're a fucking idiot for attacking some dude with a gun, I bet if that was a black guy with a gun, they would have been like, oh, my hero, let me suck your cock. But since he was white, I mean, listen, obviously the dude was not on the side of the protesters, right?
Yeah.
But that was just a Darwin award, You see a guy with an M15 and you're like, let me try to hit him.
With a skateboard.
Yeah, I have the power of the people with me. That doesn't make him bulletproof, you fucking idiot. To sing Kumbaya and smoke weed.
Listen, all I know is that like one or two of those people that talked ended up being pedophiles, and then that gay men's choir that did that viral video, they all ended up being pedophiles too. What is going on here?
Were they all Jewish as well?
No, I don't think so. They were of
There
mixed
been
race.
Too many coincidences.
Why are there so many pedophiles everywhere? It's starting to concern me. EDP, the Cuties movie.
You know what is concerning too? Like, talking about this bullshit slippery slope fallacy, how you're seeing, like, I saw this thing again on like these pages that all they do is basically try to there's this thing called Fair Fall, which is like they're trying to start like some sort of like, I guess not a political movement, but they want to lobby and shit, and they're basically like, just like against critical race theory, but like pro healthcare, kind of like what is becoming a sort of a minority on the left, right?
Yeah.
And they were like posting shit about like how, there's the same the same like academics, or like the same type of academics that started promoting all this like like transgender shit, or like more like leftist like sexuality shit.
Yeah.
Now they're going into the pedophilia thing, where like, because it's like, yeah, that's kind of what happens when you stick to your, I guess, like ideology or logic too much, that you take it all the way to like its fullest extent, and you don't have any nuance or like stop yourself ever to think about where it ends. I'm like, yeah, like if a woman, if a guy wants to chop his dick off and wear heels, that's cool. But if he wants to fuck kids, like, like they're just like, no, but if that's okay, then this should be okay. I'm like, you're not, I guess, in the fake logic that you made for yourself, but you're not accounting for morality. You're not accounting for common sense. You're just kind of like, you're like, I've took this boat all the way to the edge. Why don't I just jump off? Why don't you stay at the edge and check out the view? You don't need to jump off the edge. You
No,
know
we
that's
absolutely do. And you are promoting the slippery slope theory. Got you. Debate over. 10 out of 10.
Listen,
It's 100 points for me, 0
Yeah.
points for you. The judges are also dead. I
I
killed
took
them
Logic
all.
101 in college, and therefore now everything you say, if it does not fit what the class said, mistaken.
Slippery slope.
Yeah,
We've gone over this
slippery
once
slope.
before, but it's the dumbest thing. Like, because
Yeah,
this could potentially happen. That's a slippery slope. That's
Yeah.
like,
Or
yes.
like, yeah, this could happen, bitch. That's a straw man, or no, what is it? Ad hominem. Ad hominem. You are attacking me. You're attacking me, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, because you're a retard. Fuck you. This is the whole point of the thing, is that I'm not trying to attack you, but I hate you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That shit. Did you go to college?
I went to PCC and I took some film classes.
Did you take Logic?
No, but I took Logic in high school. Actually.
Oh, you took Logic in high school?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, they kind of made it seem like an argument could be like math. You know, I don't know
Yeah,
if they made you do
because
that
there
thing.
literally is like I remember there were literal formulas for things.
Yeah,
And I was like,
it's a good base, but you definitely can't like live your life like that.
Here's the thing: there are some people in my life who I know, and I think you're so retarded. Like, you really should have taken Logic in high school. And there's some people who are like, slippery slope, ad hominem. I'm like, you are so retarded. You should not have taken that much Logic in college.
Yeah,
It's like, are we the only ones that came out sane? It's good to know that this podcast is the holdout of normal people.
yeah. I mean,
Very nice
maybe,
to know that we survived the apocalypse.
Listen, I pretend to be nothing. I don't pretend to be good, normal, or non-gay. You know,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
We're gay, super straight,
Yeah,
transphobic,
I always DM you. I'm
transgender.
gonna kiss you.
Yeah. I'm black, white, Hispanic,
Yeah.
Asian.
Neo-Nazi.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
anything. I am all religions. I am anything you need. I love
Yeah.
every movie and hate every movie.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
he
all
who
your
remains.
Yes.
You're he who sucks cock.
Yes, I'm also he who is homophobic as the answer to that. Just
Yeah.
there's no limits to what I am.
Gay as fuck. Disgusting.
I
I
can't
hate this.
I can't wait for 20 years when people take clips of me like to make a point saying stuff I don't actually think and then
Listen, we're
like me-
again, this first studio job we get, we are nuking this and going Patreon only for Jose. We're nuking this or going Patreon only for Jose.
yes, he can listen to all of our podcasts.
Yeah, we're gonna hire some dude to literally just bleep, like, I guess, like a total of like 40 minutes of the podcast. Anything that might even be remotely problematic. We're just
But
gonna
you
have
can't
some
even
dude.
tell what's remotely problematic. Man.
No, but
things always end up being
we'll hire
problematic. later.
we'll hire some 12-year-old
To go
sorry,
back
No,
over and
no,
over?
we'll hire a young white woman with purple hair. She will know.
And every week she will be judged by a committee of other purple, like white women with purple hair.
Exactly.
And
if
if
she's
she
not
doesn't,
verified,
then a
we'll
new
kick that
one.
bitch
Yeah.
to the curb and be like,
Every
bitch, you don't know
every
what you're
week.
talking about.
Yeah,
You're not an
every
expert.
week. So
Yeah.
we're always on, and that person will be in charge of editing every podcast we've ever made.
Exactly.
every day they
Except the
have to-
Patreon again. So Jose, you're in for a treat.
Yeah,
You'll
they
get
have
this
to go
version.
back and edit
Yeah.
our first one to our most recent one every single day just to double check and make sure there's no inconsistencies.
You know what they used to do in radio? They would have a drop button, which would basically, like, you press the button and it takes out like the last, like, I think like 15 seconds of audio, but it has no beep. It just like drops the audio.
Bruh.
Yeah. So if you have a button like this for hours, it would just be like 40 minutes of silence.
Yeah, the 40-minute drop button.
It'd just be like silence.
You
So
know-
anyways, silence.
Have you heard about the situation?
Silence. All right. Listen, I'm going to shoot you now because the podcast is over.
Okay.